just stopped off for the night. Well, it's actually the afternoon. There we're parked at the edge of this tiny loch, just a couple of acres. A Lochan or Lochlet. It's got a long name which I'll put in the description, but I can't pronounce it. We're not that far from Ben Nevis, but anyway, tiny lake here. There is essentially grassy weed that goes a really long way out, so I am on every cast retrieving quite a bit of weed, so I don't feel like there's a lot of chance of catching anything in here. But yeah, I guess having seen in some streams around here some tiny brown trout, you never know, there might be some in here. Yeah, it's quite pretty. Dramatic change of weather over the last couple of days. I mean, it's still actually quite warm, it's showery and a bit more windy. Well, the wind's dropped now. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a go. My trusty travel rod and a Mepps Aglia size 1, and see if I have any luck. Weed on the first cast. Ah, you know what I should have done? I've got some bait shields. I should have brought those, and they're back in the van. That would have stopped this weed getting caught around the treble. Damn it. Never mind. I'll just try and find gaps in between the weed. It's really grass, actually. Oh. Very peaceful now. The wind has completely dropped and the rain has gone. See more of the lot. Get quite a bit of distance on a Mepps Aglia one. Don't know what they weigh. Oh wow, it's gone silent. Ah, there's a osprey just going overhead. Damn, not on camera, but behind the camera. Oh, big. Osprey or a sea eagle. Well, he didn't stop off here, so that's not a good sign, is that? I'm just cleaning up this lake, just collecting the weed, you know, as it goes. Nice. Actually, now the wind's dropped, I'm getting some distance on these casts. Need to find a patch with no weed on in. Right, I think I've found a patch of water with a bit less weed in it. Sorry about the camera angle, I'm balanced. Camera tripod's balanced on a very low boulder. Yeah, let's just try out there. No snags yet. Still no snags. Hitting the bottom a bit. Okay, cool. Found a route through with only one bit of weed at the end. Okay, that's one route, that's good. I'll cast out into there again. Bit slower. Just to the right a bit. Bit of weed there. Oh, and a rock. Just moved along the shore again. Looks like no weed here as well, but I'll give it a go. Might be hiding below the surface. No, this is good. Water might be a touch deeper at this end of the loch. Bit of weed to my right, so I think if I stay in the middle here, it should be okay. Yeah, that's right, Murray. Rain. I've flattened down the barbs on these Mepps Aglias. So I've got scissors with a barb flattener on them, really handy. So yeah, fish will be easily unhooked and lip not really damaged. Sorry, come. Oh, by the way, just to make it clear, all the fishing I'm doing here and all I ever do is catch and release. So if I did get very lucky here and catch something like a trout, it would be going straight back in. Hence why I've flattened down those barbs so the fish won't be damaged. I have no interest and never have had interest in taking fish. I did investigate this lochlet and how to get fishing permission here, but there was almost zero information on the loch at all. So I imagine it's owned by a landowner here, but I couldn't find any information, so I thought I'd give it half an hour of fishing down here. A couple of farm vehicles have gone by and they haven't said anything to me, but obviously if someone came along and I require permission and to buy a ticket, then I would go ahead and do that. Yeah, to make it clear, I'm an angler, a pleasure angler. I'm not a poacher, I'm not taking fish. And probably if you've seen my videos, you'll see how unsuccessful I've been with fishing, especially lure fishing. But it's just a beautiful place to fish and, you know, spend a bit of time. Bring back, there goes my rod. Bringing back a bit of weed, but it's pretty clear actually out there. Not too bad. Moved again. Keep moving whether you're fly fishing or lure fishing. The fish won't come to you. Well, it's highly unlikely they will. Slightly deeper at the edges here, so I'm just going to cast along the bank before it gets into the weedy areas. Oh, actually, immediately got tangled on something like that. Again. See if it's clear. Weed. It is, but it's not clear of a few branches and things, so might stick with trying to find a route through. Just going to cast short of the weed here. Just draw it back slowly. A few feet of water here. Look promising, but I think I've got a weedy patch again. Must be just below the surface. Yeah. Oh. That is weed, yeah. Big weed bed. I'm gonna lose my lure, possibly. This is £5 line, so I may have lost it. I'll just keep pulling it with my hand line it in to get through the weed. Okay, I've got through one bit. Might be alright. Yes, just came back with a bunch of weed. Okay, I think I'll move along to a less weedy bit. It's very pretty at this end of the loch. There's a stream running out of the loch, so water comes in at the opposite end and out at this end. But it's lots of that long weed here, and over here it's just below the surface, and I think it runs for most of this bank now. So I don't know whether it's worth going along this bank. I don't think there's going to be any gaps to fish in. So I think I'll head back the way I came and just try a few more spots, a few more gaps in the weed. Yeah, and then call it a day. These really cute little flowers that look like some sort of orchid. They're growing like orchids. They're very few and far between. There's some in the middle there. Yeah, I reckon they're orchids. Pretty. So you worry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it a day. There is, well, I'd say this is almost unfishable loch because it's absolutely full of this grass-like weed. There's probably a tiny bit in the middle that you could get to, you know, wading or with a tiny boat or something. There's probably a lovely safe haven for trout in here, and other similar little fish, salmonids. So yeah, it's nice to find actually an unfishable lake. Well, I suppose you could fish it with like a weedless lure or something, but yeah, it might sort of act as a sort of safe nursery. I saw that osprey going over and a heron, and actually neither stopped, which means they're never successful at catching fish here for whatever reason, or there's no fish in here, or it's the temperature and time of year. But yeah, really beautiful here. Just lovely. Just yeah, spent an hour walking around the lake, lobbing a lure in. Murray by my side. Are you bored now? You want to go in and get some food? Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Apologies again for not catching anything. Where are we heading next? Yeah, I think I'm heading to a bigger loch, and I'm going to try feeder fishing with ground bait and worms on the bottom, obviously targeting perch, and then we're back to the coast, so I need to grab some sea lures and see if I can attract any fish around the rocks. Cool, well thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you soon.